NBA is over.
I've got some quick stats here for you. The city of Cleveland's first title, major sports title, since 1964.
Wow.
That was the Cleveland Browns.
That's any sport, any professional sport.
It was the Cleveland Browns who had won, I don't even know if it was a Super Bowl then.
Yeah.
First team in NBA history.
It wasn't.
It was not.
No.
You're correct. First team in NBA history to come back and win a finals from a 3-1 deficit. I mentioned the first ever, and did you see? You didn't see this.
Didn't the Red Sox, weren't they down 3-1?
No, first basketball team,
Okay,
NBA Finals history. Yep. So, and the other thing was LeBron, and I can root for LeBron. I like the fact that he went back to Cleveland. I don't like that he left and went to Miami. He cried for like 25 minutes straight.
Yeah. Wow.
He cried, man. And I thought it was a little much. Now, there was a God reference in there, which I know for some people is a little, it's hit or miss pretty much. But I like the way he said it. I don't know why we feel we have to take the tough road, but I always hung in there, whatever. Afterward, the owner of the Cavs, who I'm not a huge fan of, says, it's a good thing God loves the city of Cleveland.
Well, there you go. God was looking down on Cleveland. Andrew.
For anybody who's ever, said, oh, I hate LeBron James, I'm sick of him, I'm this, that, and the other. I've always said this from back when he was holding up those trophies in Miami, is that you look at who this kid is, where he came from, what he's accomplished. I feel like he is deserving of everything. That whole move to Miami that was all put up on him by his agents and people in charge and the NBA and all the media.
He wanted money.
And who wouldn't?
I know. Well, don't say someone made him do it. He did it for money.
Well, no, but yeah, exactly. You flash, all these perks and
I should clarify that
face.
he wanted to win a championship.
So he's a victim?
No.
Okay, just checking. Some death over the weekend. You want to hear who died? There were some deaths, like Ben Gibbard. Anybody? Ben Gibbard was in Death Cab for Cutie. He played a show in South Carolina last week. He stormed off the stage. Suddenly, in the middle of their last song, he was upset about an equipment failure. But then the rest of the band stopped playing, too, because they were afraid the place might be under attack. Oh, he just stormed off. He didn't die. It was his career that died. Sorry. I'm not going to play it. I don't even know who he is. But Anton Yelchin, you know who that is? Christine, you should know.
I know. I should know. I don't know.
He figure skater.
He played Chekhov in the new Star Trek. He died in a freak accident on Saturday. Here's his
Russian whiz kid. What's your name? Chanko? Cherpov?
Ensign Chekhov, Pavel Andreevich, sir.
Fine. Chekhov, Pavel Andreevich. Begin shipwide mission broadcast.
Yep.
He was in the Star Trek reboot in 2009. He's going to be in the movie Star Trek Beyond, which comes out next month.
Sir, happy to.
He played the Chekhov character. Did you see how he died? He was 27 years old. He died when his car rolled backwards in his driveway unexpectedly, pinned him against a pillar, and he died from it.
What a terrible way to go.
It happened on Saturday night. And, that's just terrible. Prince B from PM Dawn, which is, anyway, he died Friday of kidney disease. He was only 46 years old.
Wow.
Yeah.
For the record, I do remember that song.
Ron Lester died on Friday. You know who he is?
No idea.
By the way, there were thousands and thousands and thousands of people who you don't know that died.
Yeah, I was going to say, are you just reading from the obituary?
We're on page 1.
These are the people you kind of might know.
It's going to be a long show.
Yeah, I'll be done by 9:15. Ron Lester died on Friday. You know who he was? He played Billy Bob in Varsity Blues.
Oh, okay, I remember
He
him.
was heavy for most of his life. He made his career in Hollywood by playing overweight characters. He got up to 508 pounds at one point. Then he lost 350 pounds after having weight loss surgery. But when you lose all that weight, it does put undue pressure on your organs. His kidneys failed, and he died. I have a clip of this swearing in it, so I'm not going to do that.
So he was over 500 pounds and lost 350. So he was like 150 or 60 pounds. That's
he came down to a very safe weight, which I'm telling you, you see these stories and you're like, well, I'm just going to keep eating. Right?
Once it gets to a certain point, you just keep going.
I think, though, that when you gain that weight, when you get up that high, and then you, especially with all these diets where you hear about any of these where you lose a lot of weight and you lose a lot of weight quickly, whether it's your gallbladder or something usually can go wrong. So but is it Is it worth the risk to lose all that weight? You're carrying around, 300, 400 pounds. Holy moly. What else do I have? We have a free money question of the day we're going to get into here today. And that free money opportunity is worth $350. Very excited about it from the Hobica Law Firm. Give you a chance to win $300. Notice how it just keeps growing? We just keep it growing. $350. And we'll do that maybe this hour. And, of course, in the 7 o'clock hour, we'll give you that opportunity to win from the Hobica Law Firm. I'm going to try one before 7 o'clock. I have a good question. And for Father's Day, everybody have a good Father's Day. It was Manaski's first Father's Day.
It was
As
such
a father.
a great weekend all around, even beginning, Friday.
The weather was just incredible.
Yeah, I
we had a little get-together for Christine, which was nice.
It was just a beautiful weekend. And I'll tell you, my son knows how to pick out gifts for me. He is just, he must have got a job, too, because I got a ton of stuff. So,
nice.
So much stuff said from Carter.
A very good Father's Day.
Carter's already filled out the paperwork for the nursing home and everything like that. He's ready to go.
After 17 years of marriage, my Father's Day gift is like this. My wife's like, well, what do you want? I don't know. We can go pick it out if you want it. And that's, hey, happy Father's Day. So, a lot of fun.
That's okay.
But I did get, I got a... I actually got this for my father as well. You wouldn't think it would be a great gift, but it is. I got the smoker, the fog.
This thing.
We have video.
The fog. You do have video.
My daughter has it. I'm going to have her send it to me.
It's a mosquito fogger, and it's from Black Flag. Anyway, I don't know what happened,
Which
but
means poison.
It stopped working last night.
What?
I was able to do it yesterday because I gave one to my father for Father's Day, and I'm showing him how it worked, and the smoke just kept coming out without me even hitting the trigger, and it was a lot of smoke coming out, and then it just stopped working. I can't get it to work.
Does it say that thing is safe for use around people?
Sure, it is.
Because you were like aiming it at us.
But and my wife is telling. Well, I wasn't aiming it at you. The smoke was just coming out. I was losing complete control, and then the wind blows a little bit. But let me tell you. Were there any mosquitoes around that night?
None.
And actually, a couple of people at the party just died right on the spot as well.
We got a glimpse of what you would look like on the battlefield.
I guess we did, yeah.
Warning, use of napalm. He must have forgot that sign.
I'm going to tell you, it's a really cool, so you put a propane tank in it, and you dump in the poison, and then it heats up, and then you hit the trigger, and the smoke comes out, and it kind of stays along the ground. It does go with the wind. I was a little nervous. On the back side of our fence, there's another neighbor with a pool, and I might have heard their kids coughing, so I want to be careful that we don't do that near neighbors or anything.
But like
at the end of
pesticides
the day,
and propane. It's a weird mix.
Awesome mix, and you can get them at any of the hardware stores, and you're going to be shocked when you hear what I'm going to tell you. You can't, like yesterday, I'm trying to go through the thing, and it says, well, take the little thing off, the nozzle, which creates the air, which is a little pinhole, and if it stops working, maybe there's some carbon that's in there, and you clean it out. So I took that, and I cleaned it out. I found a little wire to go through the thing. I couldn't get it to work. You can't return it to the store you bought it.
Because they don't want them anymore.
You have to take it back or send it back to the manufacturer.
That's
it's a liability.
I've never heard of that
Do not return to the store that you purchased it at.
But that's with most things these
You
days.
have to
Who
take it
makes
back.
it? The same company that did those printer cartridges?
It's made in New York Mills.
What?
Get out of here.
Honest to God. Look it up. Look up the Black Flag Fogger. It's made in New York Mills.
Well, that's handy.
By the Fountain Group.
No kidding.
I couldn't believe it. I said, well, maybe it was just distributed here, but no, it's where it's made. It's from the Fountain Group in New York Mills.
Wow.
We need to have them on.
So I was all worried when it said, don't return it to the store, and then all of a sudden it's like New York Mills, so that should be easy. Feel sorry for the people in, I don't know, Texas or Alabama or Mississippi. But for us, it's pretty easy return, right?
I can already see Christine sitting around a family barbecue later this summer going, okay, so this is what they got me when I left.
Okay,
it's called a mosquito smoker.
I'm just listen. We call it that's a skeeter smoker to you there. Michael is saying John Romano is the owner of the company. This company makes the fogger.
Yep.
In
cool.
New York Mills. Are you looking it up, Andrew?
Yeah,
it's
right
there.
here. Yep.
Isn't that the coolest thing?
Well,
I have
FountainheadGroup.com,
no
it's the
idea.
first thing. It's on there, and it talks about Zika virus prevention, symptoms,
I'm going to
and
tell you something. Mine
treatments.
doesn't work. Something's wrong with it. But when it was working, it is the coolest thing. And you got to get somebody on, Andrew. Not because I want to talk to them, because I want a replacement. Okay?
I'll call a customer service line.
Last night we couldn't use it, and the mosquitoes came out.
Yeah.
This thing, and it really, you do it the whole yard. And as you said, I mean, you saw it, the smoke comes out pretty intently.
It's funny because one of the videos that Francesca took is in slow motion.
Okay, good.
And so
she's
you
taping
see,
me? Yeah.
Yes, she was taping you.
Going in after the mosquitoes.
How could we not tape you do that?
This day and age, though, I'm going to tell you, mosquitoes, you get bitten by a mosquito, and you're literally
Fearful of your life.
worried about, oh, my God, I hope this isn't one of those mosquitoes.
Yeah.
Zika or West Nile or malaria, who knows what these mosquitoes carry. Anyway, this day and age, I think it's important to have this stuff. And this is the first thing that I've been able to find that actually works. Even though it's not working right now, it works when it's working. So maybe I did something wrong. I don't know. So I may have to go over to New York Mills for a lesson at some point today. 6:47. Here is Christine Bellino. Andrew, look them up. Let's see if we can get somebody on. It's at every store, the big stores too. It's at like Walmart and Lowe's and Home Depot and your local hardware stores as well. Really awesome. Here's Christine with an update. Good morning, Christine Bellino. First day of summer, going to be hot.
Good morning. New York lawmakers done for the year as their work came to a close over the weekend. State police investigating video footage of the theft of some Donald Trump campaign signs in central New York. And a pastor in Sacramento, California, who gave an anti-gay sermon says he's glad that protests have brought media attention to his church.
I wonder what people feel like when this is an interesting thought. It was hitting me a little bit because there are people that believe and Christian beliefs, and we find now, I guess, Muslim beliefs. Certain conservative religious people are very, very anti-gay. And did you see that the rainbow came over the one of the funerals or one of the ceremonies they were doing? And, obviously the rainbow represents the gay movement and LGBT. But what do you normally, if you saw that, you'd say, oh, my God, this is God looking down on. But what do you say? I mean, you can't imagine if you believe that, your religion is against any homosexuality. You can't imagine that God would put a rainbow out there, right? Mm-hmm. Why would it be? So when there's a rainbow over one that you agree with, it's like, that's God's blessing. But if there's a rainbow over a gay funeral, well, that's a stinking coincidence. I wonder how you look at that.
We have politicized even rainbows now.
I think so. I think we have. Mostly sunny skies with a high of 92 today. A hot one for the longest day of the year and the first day of summer. Tonight, 61. We go cooler tomorrow. Very pleasant. Sunshine and a high of 75. Currently, 61. Coming right back with a chance for you to win $350. The Hobica Law Firm's free money question of the day is coming up on WIBX.